DH family, and welcome back to the channel. Okay, so this is another video that I created for you guys. It's a real conversation with regular people about regular stuff. I hope you enjoy the video, and I really would like for you guys to comment, share, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on the discussion for this video. Like I said, lots more to come, and loads of love to you guys all. And I hope that this topic is useful and that we're going to bring some serious solutions and insight in the season. Hey family, and welcome back to my channel. This is one of those regular conversations that we're having, and it taps into a collective for dear higher self, reflection and journaling. So upon reflection, I wanted to share about a conversation that I've had recently, and it also then taps into a workshop that I'm a part of, or that I joined in my local community. And this workshop, and in this workshop we had a discussion about, or a conversation came about as far as vision boarding is concerned, and what it is that we do as far as creating your vision board, and things like that. So this conversation is definitely a little here and there, but it is grounded in your vision, as well as branching off from that into specifically finances, and then our responsibility as far as finances is concerned to ourselves, our responsibility as far as our finances is concerned to our families, and those we're responsible for primarily, and then our responsibility as far as our finances is concerned towards the greater good, and the difference between what is required of us versus the boundaries we set up for ourselves as far as habits and connections with regards to our finances and external parties, whether it is ourselves or family members, or friends. The conversation that came up really made me think about two things. One of the things that I think we struggle with the most is creating boundaries as far as our finances is concerned, and as far as having healthy financial understanding and awareness of what is our responsibility here as far as our finances and our financial contribution is concerned. So I want to leave this food for thought. We start off with having an understanding of what our current financial status is. So where we at financially? What's up? Do we even know what's up? Like your bare basics and foundational income, expenditure, responsibilities. Really taking a look at and diving deep into what is currently going on in our situation. What do we need in order to survive? In order, and I use the word survive, not thrive. Survive. Just what does it entail to get by, taking into consideration our responsibilities. And a lot of times I think we're not aware of that first stage and that first step. And the awareness, or the call towards the awareness of this, is a consistent refreshing. It's not I know it today, and once I know it, it just continues on. No, it doesn't, because we are in a consistent changing and evolutionary life journey, and things change, and we have to be able to alter our decisions, but we can't alter our decisions until we understand sometimes external factors interferes with where we're at. So therefore, we consistently need to go back and look at, based upon the current season and the current financial climate of the world, and how that affects me and where I'm currently at. And for example, I could use the cost of living as a great example. The cost of living is consistently changing. In fact, it's never decreasing, but always increasing. And how aware are we of the fact that we consistently need to look into these things and be aware of what is expected of us, in order for us to be in a place where we do not create our own anxiety as far as finances is concerned. Finances is the one area that really hurts us in our relationships. And yet at the same time, in order for us to be abundant and in order for us to be thriving within our financial atmosphere, we need people. We cannot do this without interacting with people. And let's not even think about that from the aspect of, or from the perspective of sales and trade, but let's look at it from that, your 10%, your contribution to the greater good. Like, what is it that if we are not in connection with something that is purpose driven, and we're not giving back into the communities in order for that ebb and flow to take place, and for us to have a healthy universal relationship with money and finances, we're stuck. So I said a lot. There's a lot going on there. And there is finances, and we know that our finances is connected to people, and those people have different places and spaces in our lives, and we need to create the boundaries in order to understand that we need to fill our cups first before we can, pour out into others. And we need to put the mask on self, and that putting the mask on self always starts with awareness, the basics of understanding currently what's up. But at the same time, and in addition to this, we are not always looking at things like mindset and our mindset and attitude towards finances. And I think a lot of times, especially as the melanated community, one of the things that is a huge problem, a huge struggle, because we live in such a community interactive culture plays such a huge role in how we conduct ourselves and how we get on with our finances. One of the biggest hot topics that I'm about to bring in my conversations and interviews with community members, and of how our culture affects our finances, and where does it place us on the economical scale of why we are where we are, and what it is that we're dealing with, and what we have to be conscious of, and how kind we need to be to ourselves in our journey of understanding how we move from surviving to thriving, and the ebbs and flows of external factors and all this and the other. Culturally, we have something that is considered or called black tax, and that's a big topic. And even in that, there is a way to move and maneuver as far as dealing with our relationships. So yeah, it's quite in depth, and there's a lot to unpack there, but I thought I'd bring this conversation to the collective. And there are questions we need to ask ourselves, there are questions that we need to address, there are things that we need to bring to the table, because in order for us to elevate in these areas, sacrifices are necessary, and those sacrifices are going to be extremely uncomfortable. And how do we deal with that? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Let me know in the comments where you're at. Let me know in the comments how you're coping at the moment as far as your understanding is concerned, where you're at with your finances, how you're dealing and maneuvering with this, what's your setup at the moment, what is the attitude, the influence from what's trending, because we know trends are something that influences hugely. I remember there was a time that fake it till you make it was a trend. It's still a trend in a way, and another big topic around this, because if you look at whether you want to look at it as spiritual faith or universal principles are concerned, the fake it till you make it concept still applies, because you need to behave in a way that you're already there. But how does this hurt and harm you, and what is the true understanding of what is productive when we put these things into practice? I'm going to leave that with you guys. I think we can all think about this and elevate our thoughts. In this year of 2024, we are either going to sink or swim. And the great divide is upon us already. It's been upon us. And obviously, we have faith, and I'm sure we pray, and we attend classes and workshops and seminars and training and causes, and we are elevating ourselves. But are we talking about these things from a place of realistically understanding where we are and how we maneuver and how we move, and the relationships that affects what it is that we're encountering, and where we're going? And how do we create those healthy relationships to continue to build upon our network and community and partnerships, collaborations? Because this is important. If we are burning bridges, or if we are, because we're working with individuals that are not being elevated or have a lack of understanding, it is difficult then to partner and collaborate, because we will struggle with stuff like crab crabs in a barrel um, um, not just mentality, but lifestyle. Everybody's just trying to step on somebody else for a nickel and a dime to be able to shine. Yet we're hurting each other. How can we do this thing where we're elevating each other rather than hurting each other, and moving on and still loving each other and respecting each other's journey? I am going to leave that food of thought with you. I look forward to hearing from you. It doesn't matter where in the world you're at. And I cannot wait for us to have a bigger discussion with some of my members, sisters, so that we can just unpack some of these things and have those important and real conversations with regular people. So from me, your girl, Miss Reed, I love you, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.